everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I have a review slash kind of tutorial for you guys, as you guys can see from the title. But before we get into the tutorial, I just want to ask you guys probably noticed that my videos are a bit longer now compared to before. I'm talking about my makeup tutorials. You guys, before they were like under 10 minutes, but now they're like above 10 minutes because I take more of my time when I explain what I'm doing in my makeup tutorials compared to before. I used to do voiceover most of the time. I'm just wondering what you guys prefer. Do you prefer the longer videos or just like the shorter ones where I used to basically just do voiceovers and it was fast forwarded, or you guys prefer the more in-depth makeup tutorials where I explain like every step? And yeah, that's all I want to know for today. Like, I'm not gonna explain everything that I'm doing because it's gonna be a review, and for reviews I prefer to talk more. Yeah, so for today's video we're gonna get into the Huda Beauty Nude mini palettes. I took the medium. Thing is, I could have gotten the rich one because of my skin tone, but the thing is I didn't like the shade selection in the rich one. It was too pinkish for me. It was too like pink, reddish, and I was like, you know what, I don't really feel like this is nude for me. That's why I got the medium one. For sure the light one was too light, like you guys wouldn't see anything. So I decided to take the medium one, and it looks like this. I think it looks really pretty. It's still kind of pinkish, but the other one was pulling more towards like reddish colors, and I'm like, no, you know what, I don't like it. For me, that's not nude. So I was like, you know what, I want a nude palette. So this is what I bought. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get right into it because I don't want this video to be super long. And yeah, so my lids are primed. I did my brows kind of. They don't want to stay up today. I don't know why, but this is what they're looking like. Okay, yeah, so I wanted to do with tape, but you know what, we're gonna do it without tape because we're trying something new. Okay, so this is the palette like I showed you guys before. First glance here, there's a lot of shade. I'm gonna be honest, like I love her many palettes. You guys know I have the warm brown Obsessions palette. That's the first one I ever bought, and I have also the Topaz palette that's the last one I bought, and now I have this one. I didn't get into the neon ones because you know what, her palettes are getting a bit more expensive now, and I'm like, how often am I gonna use it? So I was like, no. This one I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use a lot. I haven't used it yet. I haven't swatched anything yet. It's just like first glance of the palette, you guys can see like this shade here and this shade here. They're really kind of similar. So I'm like, you know, like you only have 9 shadows in this palette. Can't you like make something a bit different? I know this one is more pinkish, this one is more like brownish, but they're really similar. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. So first I'm gonna take my big blending brush like this that I always use first, and I'm gonna use the first shade here. I'm just gonna put it all over and mostly in the crease. This is gonna set my primer kind of. So also, I said prime, but I only have concealer on, so just a same shade kind of concealer. I'm gonna put it all over the lid. As you guys can see, it's really prime. It's a nice like all over shadow. It's really nude. It's really easy to blend. So yeah, I really like this shade. This would be like an all over kind of shade if you want something nude on your eyes and a natural look. It's a really nice shade. So next I'm going to take a smaller blending brush. I'm going to take my Real Techniques, and I'm going to use the third shade here, and I'm going to put it in the crease. I'm going to dip in the crease with this shade here basically, but I guess first I'm going to pack it on and then blend it. So with this shade, instead of going like under here, I'm gonna try to elongate it to go like more like this. That's why I'm going all the way here and then bringing it in the inside. I'm gonna go back to my big blending brush and the first shade we use just to blend here. So it should look something like this. So next I'm gonna go and cut the crease, and I'm going to use my Can't Stop Won't Stop. I know last time I said it wasn't the best, but it's actually pretty good. Like, it's thick enough. It's just like once you want to drag the concealer, it's a bit harder than what I used to use, so that's the only difference. I'm gonna go in the middle. I'm gonna go cut it all the way to the outside. Okay, so after you cut your crease, it should look something like this. So basically you have your shadow and then you cut the crease all the way like this. Like this, like this, like this. So next I'm gonna get into the second shade here. And I'm gonna put it all over where we cut the crease. So I'm just gonna use like a smudger brush to pack on the color. Do it with your fingers, it's way better. Just saying. Like, it's way more intense when you do it with your fingers. So if you can do it with your fingers, of course for the edges you have to use a brush, but the pigmentation when you use your finger is way better. That's crazy. I'm gonna take my angle brush. I already used it, but it's a lighter shade, so it's okay. You don't have to clean it. And I'm gonna use the darkest shade in the palette, this one. And I'm gonna do like a wing liner with eyeshadow. So you want it to be as close to the lash line as you can. And just so you guys know, the lid color, the second shade, there's a lot of fallout because it's really glittery. Just so you guys know. Okay, honestly I thought it was gonna be darker than this, and I actually need it to be darker than this, so you guys can see the contrast. So I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna try to pack it on and see. That's how I want it to be, but it's not dark enough. So I'm gonna dig into another palette. I'll be back. Oh yeah. I'm gonna try and stay with Huda Beauty's. I have my Topaz palette that I reviewed a while ago, and there's this shade here. I think it's darker, but it's more you can see it's a bit darker, so I'm gonna see how this one goes. So I'm gonna do a liner. So something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go do my base makeup and I'll be back. Okay, yeah, so this is the finished look. As you guys saw, I smoked out the lash line with the two shades. This is what it looks like. Yeah, so to go back to the palette, do I like it? Yeah, of course, Huda Beauty, it's a really good brand. Honestly, comparing to the other two that I have, you guys know I have the warm brown palette, and I have this one too, the Topaz. The quality is the same. It blends really well, really easy to blend. The pigmentation is there, everything is there, it's really easy to use. The only thing is, I will say, for the medium palette, because I don't have the other ones, so I can't really talk about the other ones. These shades look really similar, I would say. Like I said in the beginning, of course, this one is a bit more pink. This one is a bit more brown, undertone, I guess I would say. That's the main difference. So for someone in my skin tone, like you won't really see the big difference, but they're beautiful shades and they're really easy to blend, and it shows also. It's a really nice all over shade just to have like some kind of a blush of color on your lids if you want to do like a one shadow type of look. Other than that, like I don't really have anything to say. Is it worth the money? The only thing I will say, like, yeah, Huda Beauty is a higher end brand, but I remember paying like around maybe $35 for a palette like this. Now their prices went up, and the thing is, the quality is not better. That's something to keep in mind. Like, it used to be cheaper, but the thing is now it's more expensive. Is the quality better? Is it a better, like, worth money and stuff like that? No, it's not. It's basically the same thing. It's just she has different shades. I know with like the economy and everything, but at the same time, it's like maybe you just go for one of her bigger palettes so you have more shades, and you won't end up like 3 shades looking almost the same when you only have a 9-pan palette compared to like a bigger palettes. I think there's like 15 to 18 shades in one palette. I know it's more expensive, but I think that's more worth your money. Before, I thought it was really nice, but for this one, I'm just like, I got it, it's fine, it's good quality, but would I buy like the rich one even if I like the shades? No, I would just pass on it. I just want to show you because I'm gonna swatch this one and this one just to show you like on me. You guys can see like it's a different undertone. It's different, but it's really similar. And when you only have like a 9-pan palette, this is kind of not okay with me because they're too similar. They're not the same shade. I'm not saying they're the same shade. It's just they're too similar for a palette that doesn't have a lot of shadows in it. Other than that, like I wanted to compare the Topaz with this. You guys can see they are not exactly the same. Of course, this one is more warm, the Topaz palette, compared to this one. This one is more light, more like a blushy tone, pinkish tones compared to this one. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say about this palette. Honestly, it's a good buy. It's just I find that for 9, like I'm gonna say again, for 9 shades, some of them are look too similar compared to the other ones. So that's the only part I would like keep in consideration when you want to buy this palette. And keep in mind your skin tone. If you find that it might just look all the same on your skin tone, then just go for something else, honestly. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you to everybody who likes, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to answer my question that I asked in the beginning. If you guys like the really like shorter format of my makeup tutorials, or you guys like the longer ones when I explain more of my makeup tutorials and what I do and everything. Yeah, that's all I wanted to know. So I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.